Hi everyone, I thought I'd put together a quick video on the three macroeconomic goals and where we're currently sitting in regards to those three goals. Where this comes important is in your answers on how specific aggregate demand or aggregate supply factors link to achievement of the goals. You kind of need to know where we're at because if something is, let's say, going to increase the level of inflation, well, you need to know whether you're going to say that moves you away from the goal or moves you closer to the goal. All right, so we're going to go through where we are currently for the three goals. Okay, so the first goal is low inflation. So this is obviously the average prices over time. So when we look at our chart here, we've got our percentage change on the y-axis over time on the left-hand axis. Right now, I don't have the real data on where we're at with this goal, so I'm just going to draw some like squiggly lines, okay? But we're kind of like here. All right, we're probably more closer to about here at the moment. But we are currently below the goal, okay? So we are currently about here on our achievement of the goal of low inflation. We are below our goal. So as a result, an increase to inflation, so if a particular macroeconomic factor is going to increase the price of things in the economy, well, this is going to move us closer to the goal if we go up that way. Conversely, if we have a particular event that decreases inflation, well, then a decrease to inflation will move us further away from the goal. And I want you to use these phrases in your answers when you're asked to link through to achievement or non-achievement of the goals is this particular event will move us closer to the goal. And obviously, as I've said 100 times, you always have to tell me the target range. So that's for low inflation. If that was a bit quick, go back and go over this one again. All right, now we're going to go into strong and sustainable economic growth. All right, so our target here is between 3 and 3.5%. All right, so where are we at the moment? Well, I don't really know, but all I know is we're below. Yeah, so we're around kind of low to mid twos last time I checked. So we're about at this point here. So anything that's actually going to increase GDP is actually going to move us closer to the goal, which is the green band there. And anything that's actually going to make GDP fall is going to move us away from the goal or move us further away from the goal. Okay, so again, a similar trend here. We are below the goal of strong and sustainable economic growth. So anything that will increase GDP is going to move us closer. Anything that will decrease GDP will move us further away from the goal. And then finally, we've got full employment here. So on our low inflation and our strong and sustainable economic growth, we were below the line, but full employment is different. Full employment, we're around here, and it's kind of going around this area at the moment. Okay, so actually probably a bit higher at the moment, and it's going to go crazy higher after all the pandemic stuff. All right, so we are currently above the goal. So what does that mean? Well, any increase to the unemployment rate, which means more people without jobs, any increase to the unemployment rate will move us away from the goal. So this is different to the other two because we are currently above the goal for this one. Anything that's actually going to decrease the unemployment rate will move us closer towards the goal. Okay, we don't want to use the phrases of this will help us achieve the goal because we don't know how effective this particular thing is going to be. And that's why we use the words further away or closer to the goal. So just to summarize here, guys, I've got all three of the goals on one chart. All right, and you'll see here for full employment, we are currently above the target. For strong and sustainable economic growth, we are currently below the target. So we're above there, we're below there. And for low inflation, we are also below the goal. Okay. So this is a bit of a summary slide. This slide also might help kind of help you remember the targets as well, because you can see here that the top of the low inflation target is the bottom of the strong and sustainable economic growth one. All right. Plus, strong and sustainable economic growth and full employment are the same. They're just 1 percentage point different from one another. Okay, with strong and sustainable economic growth being 3 to 3.5, whereas full employment is 4 to 4.5. All right, so try to find these connections between things when you're trying to remember them. Hopefully this helps. I want to see those phrases moving closer to the goal and further away from the goal anytime a question asks you whether it helps achieve the goal or not, and it's going to appear in that last link in the chain for the final mark. Okay, great. Thanks, guys. Any questions? Reach out.